Cardano might be setting itself up for an extreme rally. We're going to take a look at the charts to see exactly where it might be headed. What's up, everybody? James here with Myself Invested, helping you make the best investment, which is in yourself. On this channel, I make videos about crypto, personal finance, stocks. So if you like that type of thing, make sure you hit the subscribe button to see more. And at the end of this video, if you find it helpful, if you learn something new, feel free to give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. In this video, we're going to talk about Cardano and where this rally might be headed. So let's take a look at the charts. Right now, we are on the weekly time frame for Cardano, and we have some very interesting things happening. Number one, I have drawn a Fibonacci tool, kind of going back further than this chart shows, but what we've got is price coming down to the 618 level, the golden ratio level on the weekly chart. We had a candle close, and then after that opening on the 618 level. So great sign, possible reversal area level of support. So we've got number one, the Fibonacci level. Number two, we have this bullish engulfing pattern that's happening right on the weekly chart. So last week, just kind of a day ago at the time of this recording, it closed making a nice bullish engulfing candle. I love seeing these on the chart. A lot of times there's follow through. Now, just a couple weeks ago, we did have that. This was the first time that we did come and hit the 618 level. We got the bullish engulfing candle, but we did end up getting, I guess if you want to call it, stopped out if you had a trade here, but we did end up breaking below the low of the bullish engulfing candle. A lot of times price will hold above it, but in this case it did come below. Maybe there was just too much momentum to the downside that we needed a little bit of sideways action before we could see a reversal. And just with one day, we still have basically 5+ days in the week. We do already have some follow through to the upside with this current bullish engulfing candle. So that's typically what I like to see, what I like to look for with these type of candles, especially on a larger time frame, a higher time frame like the weekly chart. So this leads me to believe that we could see a trend reversal. This started all the way back in basically September. This down move, Cardano hit, above $3, and we're sitting, at $1.2025 right now. So I mean, it would be nice to get some upward movement and continue with this bullish trend. One last thing on the weekly time frame is that in this area over here towards the beginning of 2021, we had a lot of consolidation, which this area price right now is coming back to its support. So a few different areas that are converging on the weekly time frame to help us point towards a bullish trend. Now, let's take a look at the daily time frame. And what I like about this daily time frame is how this aligns with the Wyckoff Accumulation phase. And I talked about this the other day, but here is the model, the chart, the example of the Wyckoff Accumulation. So we have a down move, which we've had since September, and we get to a point where we start to accumulate, or basically the composite man. The idea of the Wyckoff Accumulation is that there's one person essentially manipulating the price, drawing people in, preying on the psychology of newbie traders, of people who don't quite understand what's happening, drawing them in so that they can accumulate and distribute at the best prices available. So by understanding this method, this theory, this concept, it could help you to be on the right side of trades. And so inside of this, and this is something that I'm still learning as well, but I'm starting to see this more and more and more on these charts, on the higher time frames, the lower time frames. So the more that you can get yourself familiar with this concept, the better equipped that you will be when you're actually looking at the chart. So in this move down, you get a selling climax that kind of creates the level of support, one of the main levels of support. Usually it's with high volume. From there, you get a bounce with some profit taking, and then you'll have a couple tests to the upper bound and the lower bound of this trading range. But then 3/4 into this accumulation phase, you will usually get what's called a spring. Sometimes this is what this consists of is a bear trap. A bear trap would be something that traps all of the bears, people who think the price is going to come down. Basically, price will break below this trading range, getting the people who think price is going to go down to either sell or to short even further. But then a quick turnaround will happen, coming back up into the trading range, taking out those bears, taking out the people that think the price was going down. They're out of their positions, and now we're rolling to the upside, breaking the resistance here, and then we're starting the new phase, the markup phase. On the chart right now, you can see that this looks similar, very similar to the model that I just showed. So right here, you could see that we would have a preliminary area of supply or support, whatever it is that you want to call it. We would have a selling climax right here where we have high volume. Then we have a secondary test, automatic rally. There's also multiple tests inside of this. Then we have what would be considered the spring, in my opinion. It could be considered a bear trap as it has broken down below this support level. Then it quickly turned around with another one of those bullish engulfing candles on the daily time frame. So not only do we have one on the weekly time frame, we also have one inside of the on the daily time frame inside of that weekly candle, which is very, very interesting. We see the follow through off of this engulfing candle. We did retest down, and now we are breaking above the higher range, the resistance of that trading range that was created inside of this accumulation. So we are breaking outside of this box right here. The next step would be that maybe it kind of consolidates here before it breaks higher, and then it might come down to test one final time before it moves higher. But this is exactly what I was thinking the other day, because let's move down to the 4-hour time frame. And we had a channel here inside of breaking below this trading range, but then we had a move up to break this channel to the upside, came down, retested, and then now we're off to the races. We had some bullish divergence here, some slight bullish divergence, if I might add. Right here where we're down in this price channel. So let's go back to just the chart here. So what I would be looking for is more follow through to the upside. And like I mentioned, we may come back and retest this area one more time. That's typically what I've seen in these Wyckoff accumulation phases. Right before it goes to blast off, it'll come down and retest the upper bound of this trading range. So right now is actually not a bad time to add to your position. Again, this is not investment advice, but just something that I'm looking at. This wouldn't be a bad place, because if we did enter here, we could see some upside. Maybe it comes and tests this 200-day moving average before we hit some resistance to come back and retest this area, maybe on the 365-day moving average, this black line right here. This is all what I would expect. Could it happen exactly like that? Yeah, absolutely. It also could happen in a couple of different ways, but the more that we can familiarize ourselves and come up with a plan as to what may happen, the better decisions that we can make when it comes to actually trying to trade and ride the momentum of the price action. So, with that being said, I am particularly bullish on Cardano right now because it has been so long since we've seen an upward move. I mean, ever since September of last year, and prices kind of come back into this range where a lot of consolidation was happening in the early part of 2021, but now we've retraced back to it. We've got some bullish patterns, some bullish signals. I am looking to add to my position here. Now, is it possible that we run into some resistance and consolidate a little bit more? Of course we could, but we also know that crypto can explode to the upside in a hurry. And with this bullish engulfing candle on the weekly time frame, I am expecting some more momentum to follow, even if we do have a week of consolidation or even a week of a little bit of a retracement. Let me know in the comment section what you think is happening with Cardano. Are you looking to add to your position? Are you waiting and seeing? Or do you actually think that price is going to fall even further in the coming weeks? Let me know in the comment section. If you found this video helpful, if you learned something new inside of this video, I appreciate it if you hit a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching this. Until next time, I am James with Myself Invested, helping you make the best investment, which is in yourself. Have a good one.